Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Under Construction. This week, of course, I'm here in Olive and I'm staring at a very peculiar flat car. Actually, the one of interest right now is this one, because it has a trailer on it, and that's the thing that we needed. I happened to run across this flat car when I was poking around, and voila, we've got a trailer on flat car. That means the trailer on flat car industry is on. We're doing it. Yes, it's a little bit out of era. The answer to that, or the solution to that, is not caring. So, we're gonna do this. But the thing that caught me is the fact that this is a BNSF car, and also it's built in, which means it's gonna be difficult to reskin. And so, I found this car. So, Pennsylvania Railroad to the rescue. We've got the same load on here, which is the HP, or trailer's HP. I haven't put this in my spreadsheet yet, but I'll have to. And so we've got randomized trailers, I suppose. I think it's a built-in commodity, so I'm not too worried about it. Either way, it's not like... just whatever. Yeah, it's a built-in commodity, so we're not going to really be able to edit it. We're just gonna have to live with the way it is, but I'm okay with that. We'll survive. So let me get rid of this and take this. I'm gonna take this and put it over there. So we're actually not gonna put it over here. I don't feel like dragging it. But here's the thing with this area. So we already have the thing set up to consume auto parts. We need to set these up to produce trailers. And the question is, how many trailers do we want to produce in a day? Just like before. I'm going to get through the math as quickly as I can today. I'm done with most of the math on the map. So we're going to rush through the math. We're going to get out of here. No comments in the last episode, so I assume people were turned off by the math. Anyways, we've got this right here. We've got these. That's the wrong thing. Let's click on it with this. Let's make sure we're working on the right layer. We are. And so we're going to have to put in the HP trailers. HP, trailers, HP. And so we've got that. And how many trailers do you think we can store for one thing? Let's just say 10, because it makes sense that we could maybe get 40 trailers along the edge here, and that makes sense to me. So I'm gonna give it half. We're gonna have to go through and set this later. Oh, these are heavy, aren't they? 2 units. Is 44 tons, so that means let's do 88, 110. There we go. Alright, so same thing with this. I'm going to start a policy in order to sort of kickstart the system. Anything that produces on its own is going to start with half. And anything that consumes on its own is going to start with half. If we have an industry that consumes some and produces some, it's just going to start with half produced. Yeah, half produced. So this is going to be another 10. This is going to be another 110. And we'll do the math later. I'm just going to get through all of these first. Trailers, HP, size 10, 110, there, 5 units, and then we've got once more trailers HP, 10 of these, set to 110. Okay. So we've got that filled up. We've got this filled up. That's whatever. I already did the math for that one, so it's just going to be whatever it is. I will need to go back and do all the spreadsheeting for these, but I will do that on my own time and not during the show. This, I think... Whoops. You know, we need to move the building out of the way. For now. What are we doing? Yeah, we sort of started this with however much we wanted. Let's say this consumes like 4 carloads. Yeah, see, now I don't remember what's what. So 4 carloads is... Let me look at my data sheet again. General goods in, call it 40. And then... So it'll consume 80 carloads a day. Or 80 units a day, sorry. And it'll start half full. So technically, half full would be about... Let's just punch in 20 tons. Okay, how about 17 tons? How about 16 tons? How about 15 tons? 14 tons then. There we go. 40 units. And we'll have this able to store, let's say, 160. Unload from vehicle, processes, it's going to consume 5 tons is 14 units, 1 ton is how much? 2 units. So it's got to consume 40 units, so at 86, 400 divided by, it's actually going to consume 80 units, so that's 1080. Oh, there we go. That was easy. That was easy enough. Oh, wait, hold on. It consumes 2 units at a time. So this is actually going to be double. So 2160. Alright, we'll leave that as is. That's fine. We don't need to fiddle with that anymore. And I think that's pretty much all of the industry's done. That's on the track. Let's fix that. We actually got to line this up with the side of the road. There it is. It's actually lined up. Oh, although we're on top of that. Oh, we were only barely on top of it. Okay. So there we go. There we go. We got that set up. Those two don't have anything. There's no reason to go down there. These are the only things left. So now we need to think about this. So one of these is like a hardware store. The other one is a clothing store. This is obviously the clothing store, because Reams. Oh, actually, it's a food bargain warehouse. Sorry. So this is a food place, which means we're going to have more food to drop off here. What do we have in the way of food? We have the fruit pallets, obviously. We have... we got rice. Not that that really matters. Sugar, we've got taconite pellets. I mean, do we have just, like, a food thing? We don't have anything just called food. We just have random stuff. So we could just have these things, except goods, like lots of goods. And then this thing I want to accept lumber from across the street. From across the main. I still cannot get this to work, actually. This is what we should be working on right now, this bastard of a furniture plant. So I go in here and I cannot add anything to this. Even if I remove something, I can't, like, re-add something. I'm not sure what it's really afraid of. I just feel like I've broken it. So we really need to just try again with this. And I think the solution is going to be using an industry link and also using a using 2 separate multiple industries that are about the length that we need, or maybe even 3. So this is a 60-meter long industry, and so we could even add a little outbuilding here to make it a little bit more feasible. Also, let's put, are there supposed to be, there's not a road to over here, so there shouldn't really be cars here. It's just an outdoor area. Anyways, so let's disconnect this and move it out of the way, while we think about what we're going to do with this building. What the hell is this? Where did I get it? Huh. I would say I have to keep that in mind, but it looks terribly ugly and I don't want to use it. So, let's move this out of the way. Wrong thing. Once again. I think the game is just hanging, but no, I definitely did disconnect it. I definitely disconnected it. What the hell? Let's put you over there for now. Put you over here. Alright, so we're gonna need at least 2 multiple industries. Like I said, maybe 3. We'll try it with 2 and see what we can get out of it. So, this is a 20-meter multiple industry. Put one down that end of the platform and the other one here. The other thing we could do is we could actually add a switch here to, like, right there, and then build a little wooden platform in between, and that'll be for loading the ties, which I guess could make sense. If this goofs, or if it seems like it's going to be too much of a pain in the butt. Now let's grab the correct kind of track. Yeah, luckily things will only be coming in at low speed into here, so the fact that we've got a little wobble because we're using 2 multiple industries is not the end of the world. Although I will try to straighten it out. Yeah, so that, it's got a dip now. It's got a little dip in the middle. But that's not the end of the world either. It's an industrial track, it's not gonna be perfect. So let's connect that up. There. Alright, so we'll have a place where we drop the stuff off, which is gonna be, let's say the farthest one in, because, actually no, let's say this one here. It doesn't matter. It's gonna be, I'm gonna make it the farthest one in. So, and I will definitely add that spur actually, just for shunting's sake. So, we're gonna just get lumber in. So, I don't know what we're gonna do with that necessarily, but we've got lumber in. How much are we consuming? I already sort of sorted this out, didn't I? Yeah, I did. So, size 12, and we start with 48. Or, well, let's just do size of Q right now. 12. And, so that we know nothing's broken yet, we're going to take this, unload stuff from vehicle. Got it. Alright, so, we won't worry about that part. We're just unloading lumber from the vehicle from that spot right there. And what we might want to do is actually get a lumber object and put it on the platform so that we can see, like, hey, this is where we're unloading stuff. Yeah, see, that only sort of looks like it. And also it's hovering. Nope. Alright, so once we put a thing of lumber there, we're just... It's just the way it's going to be. It is literally the direction it's going to be. Oh, I know what P means. P means platform, doesn't it? Also, do I have turn on? Do I have the random rotate on? Because that is not randomly rotated. It is rotated. Yep. Yeah, so we'll have those guys down the platform there. And just like another one out here. What is it, just doing it in 90-degree increments? Why? Alright, so there's lumber. And then we've got the canvas-covered loads, which these guys are going to be coming off flat cars. What do we have that actually carries lumber? Because I need to make sure that I don't accidentally overlap stuff. Lumber, 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 lumber. This boxcar, this boxcar, this flat car, this flat car. That and that. So pretty much all of the flat cars we have and the box cars. So I don't want to be overlapping offload and onload stuff necessarily on the same location for the same car, which I guess that's kind of why we didn't want, why it's good that the other thing broke. So we're gonna look at this and think real quick. So lumber, what's some of the other stuff we need to unload? Or we need to offload the railroad ties, which, does the lumber share anything with the railroad ties? Yeah, it does. It shares that with them. There's only one thing you can pick up railroad ties in. No. There are two things, and they're both used for lumber, so we don't want to use that for railroad ties. We want to pick up the railroad ties somewhere else, probably in the siding that I mentioned earlier that I didn't build yet. It's a little bit awkward because it's kind of on a hill. Straighten that, straighten this. Actually, we can have the ties here. The only problem is the ties also share a thing with the brown canvas covered loads. Right? Where are they? I thought I had a thing on here for those. Sorry that I'm pausing for a minute, but I need to know. I need to know where these are and what carries them. Yeah, where the hell are they? I don't actually know where they are. It's because we don't actually have something that carries them yet, do we? No, we don't. Because we're supposed to be getting a flat car that can pick them up. And so we'll have to know when that carries first. So I think I might just leave the canvas covered loads out for now. So the other things that we have to focus on are the railroad ties and the other kind of lumber, which is going to the hardware store across the way. So, check on this real quick. Nothing interesting. Alright, so lumber load, which is going to be a weird one. It's going to be like lumber 8 foot. Let's see. What carries this? Only these do. That's fine. Because that means we can use these. Okay, there's a specific boxcar that carries lumber 8 foot. Which, like I said, I'm completely fine with. And it's these Boston and Maine cars, and they carry 4 of it. So, let's set this to 8. But we're only going to have it produce 4 a day. So, and we'll leave that like that. And we're going to make the mobile pickup drop off like that. And it's going to load into vehicle. Okay. So that's 2 things down. So railroad ties can share one with this, because I know that these boxcars do not pick up railroad ties, and the thing that picks up railroad ties does not pick up the lumber. So we'll put railroad ties right here. Railroad ties. Alright, so, and how much railroad ties go, or how many railroad ties go to 1 carload? It's 3. Yeah, 3. So either way, it's 3. Got it. So we'll set this to 6. We won't worry about that yet. We're going to go over here. We're going to set this. Put railroad ties in. And then we're going to load that into vehicle. Got it. Processes. We're going to... Actually, no. It's all going to have to be created in the other one. It's all going to have to be created in the other one. So... yeah, we'll just limit that. That'll be 2 carloads worth, but we'll only create 1 per day. And then... the last one's going to be over here, and it's going to be the canvas-covered loads. Which, you know, presumably would be something that just gets taken out of the building and loaded onto the thing. We're going to move these... we're going to move this onto the platform, although we have to raise it up a little bit. Let's just pull it down to 1 and leave it at that. We're also going to want to turn it sideways. And hope it fits on the platform. Okay. There. Those guys are kind of hovering. These guys are sunken in. Beautiful. Actually, we can apparently grab these and adjust them while they're sitting there, so let's just do that. Alright, there we go. These guys aren't actually hovering, are they? Oh, they are. Just barely, but they are. Yep, that sinks the building. So we're going to let those guys continue to hover. Okay, so that's fine, that's fine. Can I get like a wooden platform? Oh, you know what? I can, because we have one. It's over here. You. So yeah, like I said at the top of the show, I've been thinking about some things that we're going to work on in the future. I'm not going to get too involved, you know, sort of doing some preemptive work for them, although I still might. I'm going to try not to get too involved, I should say. Watch out, there's a little lip there, guys. Actually, I think I can lower this to make it pretty much right on. 10 centimeters, does that do it? How about 20? Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Alright, so we'll leave that there, and we'll get the third multiple industry to put over there for the canvas-covered loads. Let me grab this. It's sort of right in the middle. It should definitely fit. Yeah, we have tons of room. Doesn't look like... Yeah, no, it's pretty well parallel with that. I just need to connect the spline points. See, originally I was thinking of putting this spur here as just sort of a... whatchamacallit? Just a storage track. But I think I'm going to leave it there as that. So we do need to disconnect the rails and reconnect them so that they work properly. I didn't actually need to disconnect that though. These guys are still fine. Reconnect that. Oop. Take this. That was the wrong one. Put that there. Put this here. Straighten it out. Why does it have a wobble in it now? It was pretty much straight before. Alright, let me grab end of track, which we actually left over here. One there, and one there. Wrong way. Alright, now I think we can delete this. I feel like it doesn't really serve that much of a purpose. So, we're gonna call this Fork and Sons. Furniture, drop off. So we're also going to, it's going to consume that, it's going to unload it from vehicle. And we'll only ever produce one, or no, what's the minimum I said? 4 times a day? So, yeah, 21,600 seconds. 216000. That's too much. I like how it actually does max out at 9999. Yeesh. Alright, so it's going to consume 8 tons every time. And then it'll produce... Okay, no, I can't just have you producing lumber forever. And I do need to set up the other things, so... what's it? Lumber... 8 feet. Eight is that one? The other thing is... No, the other thing is... railroad ties. It's gonna be 6, so we can actually store quite a bunch of stuff. And then the last thing is canvas. Oh, you know what? I need brown. Brown canvas load BS. Alright. So size 5, no, size 2. I only need 2. Because 1 is going to be 1 carload, that's for sure. 12 tons is 2 units. So we're going to actually start you with 0. Yeah, we're going to start you at 0. We're going to start everything at 0, and what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the processes. Brown canvas covered load, we're going to create 1 unit. every time, which is going to be 26, 100. That's going to get removed once again. Lumber 8 feet. Yep. And then railroad ties. So we should actually consume more. We should consume, let's say 3 units. So 1 for each. So that would be 24 tons. 3 units. Produce 2 tons. Produce 2 tons. Produce 6 tons. Yeah, that's about right. 21, 6. And so this is going to start with the input empty, as is tradition. Input empty, everything else empty, and then all of the outputs over here are going to be half full. I don't know why that's the only one that shows up. In fact, it's kind of the one that shouldn't show up. If anything should show up, it should be the lumber. I guess it's because it's the last one in the sequence. Oh, you know what? It's because it's the only one. Oh, wait, no. No, sorry, that was dumb. Okay. Now we need an industry link. Or multiple industry links. There we go. Let's get 2. 1 for each. Those are rotating randomly. Oh, I got rid of that. Now I need to see how far in the episode I am. So here we need to get Torque and Sons furniture. Pick up. Torque and Sons. Furniture. Furniture. Siding. Let's actually set up the queue for this one, which is going to be brown canvas covered load. We're only going to be able to fit 2 at a time. We're going to start with 1, which is 6 tons. Go over here. Do that. Load into vehicle. And you're not going to do anything with it. And then this, I'm going to set these up to start with 4 tons, 6 tons. Nope, how about 5 tons? 5 tons, 4 units. Got it. Oh, wait. It's supposed to be half full. Honestly, it should kind of start with 2 units, shouldn't it? Yeah. So, 2 units, and then this will start with 2 units. Yeah, whatever, I'll just leave that as 2 units. Whoops. Okay, so now we have to set up the industry link. So, from Torque and Sons, why are these not in... Oh, they're just in whatever order. I think they're in order of creation, actually. That's not good. Product. Oh, you know what? To Torque and Sons Furniture Pickup. Number 8 foot. Add product link from Torque Sons Furniture Drop Off to Torque Sons Furniture Pickup. The other one will be railroad ties. Good. And we'll do it with this one because they get weird and broken. From Torque Sons Furniture Drop Off to Torque and Sons Furniture Siding. And that will be the only load that gets moved. Okay, so we have the furniture plant finally set up. Awesome. Good. It looks a little bit different, but that's fine. Alright, so what's next? Oh, you know what we need to give... Sorry, no, we need to go over here. Alright. And then this we're going to throw it to be that way. It looks the same. I was looking to the top of this to see if anything changed. And this is going to be... Nope, can't just do that. Olive, pork, furniture, siding. Tight corner. Don't like it. But it's an industrial siding, it's not like it matters that much. Okay, what is next? Then. Well, I guess we have to go across the way. Also, I might point out that I added this caboose track in the meantime. And I put down some caboose that can be reskinned. These are things that we have to work on. This one has a roll of paper in it, which is important because we're going to need that in the future. Paper roll. It gets me excited. We've got all these things. And of course, general goods. This has the same stuff. This is the one with all of our cows and sheep and junk. Should probably put down a few of those. This obviously has all these things. I need to update the spreadsheet to reflect it. What is this? C-beams. Oh, okay, we already have that somewhere. This is stall. Ooh. Let me check that. These cool commodities are just coming out of the woodwork. Actually, I think we already have these on something. Let me check. Stall. No, it'd be STA, and we don't. We don't have it. We've actually got a steel flat car now. That's good. Glad we have that. What else have we got in here? We've got the 40-foot log stacks. We've also got this, which is the aluminum billets. Don't need that. The 16-foot lumber stack. You know, maybe we should use the 16 instead of the other thing. And then that. Actually, wait. 16-foot lumber stack is different than lumber 8-foot. So, whatever. Not worried about it right now. Either way, we're going to take these over there. Well, we're going to take one of them. Over here. Wherever. I'm actually going to leave it here. Because this is just a siding at this point, actually. Actually, that is... Yeah, it's just a siding. Honestly, the B&M thing should be over there, too. Where is it? Let's put you over there. Put you where you belong. Not in the way. Link. Alright, so. Those are out of the way. We need to set these guys up. Actually, we already kind of set them up. But we need to finish setting them up. And then we need to go do the other industries, which is something we're going to need to put some thought into. And then we might actually be done with the area and we can move on. And if we can do that in the next hour and 20 minutes, that means this is the last episode in Olive. That is a big if. That is a huge if, so nobody get excited yet. But I'm going to let myself get excited a little bit. So, it's going to do that. It's going to load them into vehicle. This is going to be a pickup point because we're going to have container trains leaving from here. Load into vehicle. I shouldn't be doing it sort of one at a time. I should kind of be doing it just all out. Like, what I should be doing is I should be determining everything for one and then copying it into the other ones instead of determining everything one thing at a time. But either way, processes. Let's see, if we want to create, let's say a total of 40 carloads in total, over the course of a day. That means, so we've got to take this and we've got to divide it by 10. That means every 8,640, it's got to create one. That's pretty simple. That is extremely simple. That's too simple, actually. Trailers. 8640. Oh, it works. Alright, let's just move it into the other ones. We're gonna create 8640. Good enough for me. I think I might have done the first one wrong, actually. 8640. But that is for me to check in just a second, because I can get through the rest of these, no problem. Good for that. And then over here, we're going to punch in 8640. So yeah, it's a producer. This is a producer. Okay. Everything's fine. These guys are fine. That area is done. We just need to punch everything into the spreadsheet, and that'll be that. So, anyways, now we have to move on to reams, and we have to move on to the warehouse and shipping. So this place is going to have lumber. It's also going to intake a ton of general goods. And I think that might be it, because after that, the industry might get upset with us. So, wait, why steel? Why steel coils? Was I testing something here? Either way, let's punch in lumber 8 foot. We're going to consume that extremely slowly. And then we're also going to consume general goods. The inversion, there we go. The inversion, it's upside down. Oh, you know what? These can't be in the same thing. General goods. Second. Okay. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna make sure that we can load both of them. Nope, we can't. This one's already broken. Let's replace it. Okay. Make sure it pretty much almost lines up, and then we just have to move it to attach to one. And it should attach to the other one. It did. Good. So we're going to set this up one more time. Lumber 8 foot. And then general goods. This one. And then we're going to make sure that we can put them on the tracks. Oh, you know what? Sorry, wrong button. General goods. And lumber. Load into... No, sorry, other one. Unload from vehicle. Unload from vehicle. So we're unloading all this crap. So we'll come back to that in a second. Is there anything else that I can think of that a hardware store would take that's in this that we might have? Having a thing called tools would be really nice. But we don't seem to have that. I don't think we're going to be loading trailers. Acetylene gas is a little bit much. Lots of anthracite, but no. I wonder if there's a place where we can just get pallets. Do we have pallets as a commodity already? Let me see. No, nothing under... No, we just have pallet of stuff. So, do we have pallet just in general? No, we have pallet bin, pallet of goods. Paint tank load. Paint would be an interesting one. Paper roll bleached, paper roll pulpboard. We've got all these. We've got 2 other kinds of paper rolls. Those could be useful. Pig load. Pipes. We've got literally just pipes. Plate girder. No. I don't think we're going to end up with anything really interesting. We've got pulpwood. We need to check out our bulkhead flats to see what we can do for pulpwood, because I'm going to put a paper mill somewhere. Road ballast. I don't need those. Salt? No. We've got tons of product crates. We've got all different kinds of scrap. Oh, we've got these as well. Oh my goodness, you know what we can do? Do we have anything that holds sides of lamb? Just real quick, because I'm having a dumb idea. Sides of lamb. List dependents. No, damn it. It's just part of the meatpacking plant. We don't actually have anything that carries it. That is disappointing, because I was gonna have whatever. Steel slabs, steel billets, steel coils, steels, stuffed strange thing. I don't think that's what we need. Do we actually have that in the thing? Because I feel like we should. STR. I don't remember writing it down. No, we don't. We don't have strange thing available yet. Timber stack. Talent. I don't think there's anything here that's gonna jump out at me. Truck product? What the hell? Oh, trailer truck product. No. You know, I think we're all set. We're not going to be getting anything else. More than likely. More than likely. The YZ lumber loads. And then there's all sorts of weird stuff down here. Ballast beef stew, camp goods. Hay bale. We got molasses. That could be useful. No. Okay, so we'll leave it as is. We'll just have it consume goods. I don't like goods. I've already said that, but I don't like goods. Alright, so a carload is 40, right? Let me scroll back out. Or back up. General goods. In. That carries 90, but that's a little bit much. Yeah, 40. 40 in a boxcar. So, let's do 240. Whoops, wrong thing. 240 as the maximum size, even though we could probably do more. And then set initial product amount, because this is just a consumer industry. We're going to start with 120, which is going to be 3 carloads. Well, actually, let's just do 42 units. That'll be 120 units. Or 42 tons is 120 units. And then as for this, there's going to be very limited specific lumber that we're putting in here. So, once again, let me check how many things of lumber. Let me see. Lumber. Lumber 8 foot is 4 is a carload. So I'm actually going to set this to 8 because why not? But we're not going to be doing much with that. 4 tons, 3 units. How about 5 tons for 4 units? And then yeah, the other thing is producing the minimum, if I recall correctly. So it's producing one thing. Let's go back across the tracks here. Nope. I clicked too quickly. So as for lumber, oh, you know what? This isn't helping. This one. As for lumber, every once in a while, it produces 1 unit. So it produces 4 units over the course of the day, which is the minimum. And that's 1 carload over the course of a full day. So that means that we need to, where is it? Freaking hell, I lost it in my own town. We need to have this consume the same amount, because we're not going to get any more anywhere else. This is very specialized lumber. And so it's going to just take these two, turn them into nothing. So it's going to consume 1 unit of that, and it's going to consume 1 carload of this, because that'll do 4 carloads a day. So that'll be 24, maybe? 24 is 68 units. That's more than a carload. 14. That's a carload. So every 12, 600. Sorry, no. 26, 100. That's more like it. Oh, was that right? Second guessing myself now. It's 21, 600. Did I do the other ones all wrong then? Because I think I got that wrong. We'll come back to you in a second. So I remember going, it makes sense that there's 100 at the end. When there shouldn't be. Alright, not these. Well, wait, where was the one that I just... Oh, was it actually this one over here? Was it actually the, It was the mill, wasn't it? Click on you. Nope, 21,600. Alright. If I did it wrong, I did it wrong somewhere else. Was it up here? And the place I'm not going to be able to click on? Let's zoom in real close. Nope. Let's get low. Aha. 2160. No, it's fine. Everything's fine. I'll just call it fine. If something's screwing up, then we'll just we'll change the trains to compensate. That's what we'll do. And so it'll consume a carload every quarter of a day. So there you go. There you have it. We've got that done. Now we'll do this. This is a department store. Apparently, it consumes food, I would assume, but we're gonna have to make it general goods probably, unless we just have something called food. Food processors boxed up pallet. I don't think that's what we want. What we can look for is like fabric. Fabricated bogey, no. How about like wool? Wool bale. That's an interesting one. Ream, no. No. Let's see, I want to come back to this because I want this to consume something that the bleachery produces, but I don't know what we have in terms of commodities that will come out of bleachery. Like, I don't think we have textiles or, you know, fabric or stuff like that, or like a roll of fabric. Let me see. Let me go down to R in my list. I thought I did have something. It looks like I don't, though. Roll of... No, we've got paper roll. But it doesn't look like we have fabric. Which is unfortunate, and I'll come back and change it if I find it. Let's just look it up on the DLS right now. And unfortunately, you guys aren't going to be able to watch this. But fabric. We'll see if the download station yields anything from me just typing in fabric. Now there's a cotton fabric plant. Let's just do all content, not even like, just in case I have something installed that's called fabric. It's just, that doesn't even make sense. How about textile? I would probably have a few textile mills, which is weird that then we don't have a textile object, but I suppose the game would assume we'd just output general goods. F general goods. Textile roll. Is that an object, or is that... It doesn't even say anything about it. There's a thing called textile roll that I will have to... I'm going to just sort of leave here. Because it definitely isn't carried by anything. But we'll have to make our own thing. Let's see, roll of... Sorry if this is boring. I do want to find something to go specifically here, though. Because it makes sense to me that we would have cloth going to a place called Reeds. City of Thorough Tender? No. Put a space there. Yeah, no, we're getting lots of things, but we're not getting like a, You know what, let me just scroll down to roll of... Or just R. What the hell is that? Never mind. If anybody knows of something that could work, please say something. No, I just get Rolls Royce. It's literally a thing called Sound of the Trolley. As well. How about wool? Can I just type in wool and get something? If I spell it correctly. I get a lot of wool words. Wool load. Okay. I have a thing called wool load now. List asset version so I can save it. Sheep's wool bale. See, the thing is, I won't end up having, even if I get the product, I still need to have somebody put it in a boxcar for me. And that's going to be the thing that's going to be a real pain. So for now, I'll just set this to be general goods. As much as I don't like it. Alright, 240 for the size of the queue. We'll start it with 42. It's 120 units. We'll have this one consume faster than the other one, just marginally. General goods. Unload from vehicle. Processes. We're just going to consume general goods. We could also have, like, more fruit pallets being dropped off here. Because it does say it has food. We don't have, like, a beef anything. We don't have any meat. We just have pallets of fruit, primarily. So, let's just grab the same stuff we had before. Fruit pallet. Like, that's the thing we have at the other place, right? Let's not put it in the same queue. And I think we probably just broke the industry. Nope, it's still working for now. Alright, unload from vehicle. Alright, so we're going to save that for a second, make sure that's the same thing. It's the same thing. I recognize the icon. I don't need to check for everything. We're unloading both of those things. We're going to be consuming a lot of fruit pallets. Are fruit pallets limited to... Yeah, they are. Alright, so how many fruit pallets are in a carload approximately? Fruit. Pallet. We have fruit canned on pallet. Alright, 70. So... we can just have this be 210. Because that'd be 3 carloads. It'd be able to store 3 full carloads. Fruit pallets. Set initial amount. I'm gonna go with 160, or sorry, 155. Oh wait, that's right. 45 tons. Yeah, 100 units is good enough. No, it's not. No, because I'm trying to get half of that. So 46 tons. Okay, that's how it's gonna be. 49 tons. Okay, 50 tons. Son of a gun. Alright, close enough. So, that's that. We've got those two things. They're unloading both of them. We are consuming both of them. If we want to consume 4 carloads in a day, just like the other place then. So that means we're going to consume... Let me just punch in 40 for now. It's 144 units. How about 35? Guessing game. 30. 85. 25. 71. That is really close. 24. 68. So 25 it is. And this is going to consume... Wait, what? I was punching in the wrong thing, wasn't I? The whole time. Alright, so 14 is 1 carload at a time. And this is going to be... Let's try 50 again. 50 tons is 111. 45. 40. 35. 32. 31. Son of a gun. 32. Alright, so it's going to consume slightly more than that. Oh, of a sudden it's at the time. Duration. 21,600. Nice. Alright, so this actually can't store a full day's worth of stuff, so you need to keep servicing it with fresh fruit. Which makes sense, because you need the fruit to be fresh. But that makes all of the industries in Olive done, I think. Except for the sheep. They're gonna load any second now. Sheep race. Actually, I think I set this up already. Yeah, it starts with 1 ton of sheep, which is 10 units. And I just set this... Oh, right, duration is 30. So we need a carload of sheep. How many sheep fit in a freight car? Which one is it? It's the T... 40-foot stock car TP. So, sheep. That'd be under S, because everything's in alphabetical order. Sheep. 25 sheep. So, how many sheep do we really want to produce in a day? So, that is the question. So, it can hold 100 sheep. And this is a built-in industry, so there isn't changing that much. So, we'll just have it fill up 100 sheep in a day. So, divide 100. Okay, so it's going to be... That's a simple number. 8640. 8640. Because it produces 10 tons at once. And of course, we're going to have this set to be 5 tons of sheep is available at the very beginning. Because it's a producer industry. Okay, what else? That's the other thing. We do have, let's see. I set up this, right? It should be half full. This is a little more than half full, that's fine. This is half full, that's half full. As for this one right here, this should be half full. Oh no, this is half full. Oh yeah, that's more appropriate actually. I'm gonna put this car in the yard because it doesn't belong over here. It should at least be on a siding and not that siding. This is half full, we already did that. This is fine. This is half full with goods. Oh wait, yeah, that's the right kind of goods. This, which is right here, should be whatever. It has stuff. This is half full. These guys are all half full. That's half full. This we did today, actually. I don't need to zoom in on that. Everything in here is fine then. Let's go over here. This is not. Did we do this? Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, let's fill this up halfway. Logs, 25. 23 tons is 4 units. This is going to be a lot of logs. 200 tons. 35. How about 170 tons of logs? 30. 160 tons of logs. Oh, don't you just love the guessing game? 140 tons of logs. Nailed it. Alright. That's half full. Check on this. Did we start with the coal half full? Because that would be wrong. Oh, that's the mill itself. We didn't start with anything half full, did we? We just sort of left it alone. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing we did, which was 140. 25 units. And then, let's see, 40 tons would be 5 units. So multiply that by 5. That'd be 200 tons available. Oh wait, no, that's not how I wanted it to work. Oh wait, yeah, it is. Assume the world is starting off cold, I suppose. 70,000 wood chips. Start with 35,000 because I think it was 1-to-1. It is not 1-to-1 at all. Never mind. Wasn't doing units. So this means 14 tons. 35,000. Good. Alright, so that's half full now too. That area is all set. Actually, except for this. Let me check it. That's half full. Here we have the canvas covered load. This is the... whatever. That's just a test. That was a test to see how it looked on it. It looks good, for the record. If you're blind and you're watching this for my voice only, the thing looks good. Alright, that has some. That's half full. This I'm not worrying about presetting. Okay, and we're done with olive. We can leave now. Wait, one more thing. Well, actually, the signals and stuff still need to be played around with. The signals and everything needs to be set. For the most part, we're done. I do need to do these though. So, standard station, passenger behavior. We're gonna have a bit of a double peak on this one because we're very close to Jefferson, which is the other direction. Departing number of passengers per hour at peak time. So, if say there's like 500 people that have a job over there. So, rush hour. Well, actually, this would be going to. This is not northbound. No, sorry, yeah. This would be going to Gilson City. And yeah, though this would not have a double peak. This would have a morning peak only. This is a small station. Actually, no, this is a standard station. It's commuter stop. So, passenger behavior, morning peak, per hour at peak time. Let's just turn that down to 100. No, 200. Let's turn it up to 200. Initial number of passengers. We're gonna peg at 20. Now, this is the one that's going to have a double peak. So, this, yeah, it's still a standard station. Behavior is double peak because what will happen is passengers will be leaving in the morning. No, this will be a morning peak as well. Because when passengers come back, it's not the like trains doesn't care that passengers are coming back. It just cares that passengers are going out. And so this is going to be like a 50, and we're going to have an initial number of passengers of 40. People are going to Jefferson more often than they're going to Gilson City, but they're going to Jefferson for work. Oh, can we only fit 49 people on the platform? That's interesting. Well, anyways, there we go. Give the place some life. So we have that set up. What's next? What is next? Oh, that's right. The other passenger station in town, which is right over here. Right? It is right... I missed it then. It's down. No, it's right here. Right? The spot? Yeah, it is. There we go. Alright, so. Olive. This is a small station. This is not going to have a significant number of passengers because the, relatively speaking, the VMR carries a small number of passengers. So this, what would we have? So we would probably have a morning peak of passengers going to Jefferson, which would be that way. So we have a morning peak there, and departing number of passengers per hour at peak time. Let's actually turn it down to 40 instead, and initial number of passengers will leave at 10. I said 10. Why 5? Can you only fit 5 on the platform here? Is that the maximum for this station? That's interesting. And then platform important standard. Oh yeah, you know what? These have got to be small stations. Actually, no. This is still a standard station because it is an Olive. This is a major junction point for this place. Passenger behavior. Morning peak. No, there's not really going to be a peak here. Maybe it'd just be an evening peak. I don't really know. There's not really going to be a peak here. It's people departing. Actually, no, this would be an evening peak. So people would come down, and then they would get on the train to go back up in the evening. And then departing number of passengers, we'll actually turn that up to 50. And then initial number of passengers, I guess, has to be 5 because we can't fit anymore. Yeah. Actually, I'll make this the same. Make it 40. Alright, so that's Olive. Yeah, so it's just 5 per platform. That's the maximum. We don't have a lot going on there with passengers. And so let's look at some signals then. Because this is sort of the next big thing that we have to poke at. And I did the interlocking stuff. I did a lot of it. There's probably more that I have to do. But I did do a lot of it so far. And it's a very beta version. Very beta way of being right now. Also, the portals don't do anything. Whatever. Don't judge me right now. The portals... Oh, man. Again, I'm still in my internal debacle about what to do with the portals. I have not designed the second version of the train stacker, but I don't know. That's going to be an endeavor, but I can't really do it until I have more of the railroad built. So for now, it's going to be an enclosed area. So these are our interlocking things, and I can show all tower paths. Every switch just through. So we've got connections over there, we've got routes through. No one can actually cross over this way because there'd be really no reason to. And then we've got the tower path. One is an input that goes to this track, and the other one's an output that goes to this track. Oh wait, do they both go to this track? Hold on, I need to hide the tower paths and fix this. So this one goes from Olive, what is it? The West Industrial Park, it comes in here. That's proper. So it would do that. That's correct. So go back to this. And then we're going to, this should be the other one, Olive Central. The West Industrial Park? Oh, it starts up there. That's the thing. It starts up here. That's why. I moved this signal up. And there's a reason for that. I moved it up because it was back here it would have been a pain because this junction would have been locked by the interlocking tower all the time. Oh, it still is, isn't it? It still is. It still is. I have to end that thing up there. Yeah, I do have to end it up there. Because if I don't, then that junction will be locked by the interlocking tower, and I can't have that because that's part of an important run around. Alright, edit this, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit end here. Yep. That is good. Did it throw my switches on me? Please tell me it threw them back. Alright, good. The other thing we have to do is track quality. But that's sort of a tedium thing. We have these guys, so I might use these guys as switch indicators and not let them run on automatic. Did I just move the thing by accident? Tell me I did not. I did not. My goodness. So these guys, right? These are super signals. They can do whatever. We can set this up to be advanced mode, or we can change this. We can't change this. It doesn't actually matter what the diverging route is, because they're dwarf wards. They don't do anything. If we throw some switches to get a train out of here into the next signal, which should be around here somewhere. No, where is the next signal? It's up there somewhere. Oh wait, is that it? There isn't a signal in the middle track. That's right, I did that on purpose. I remember debating with myself over that. But now this should have like a medium aspect. Wherever it is. No. It does not. The thing is, if I can fiddle around with this all day. But we could just sort of think through a lot of the different things that are going on. I also need to do speed limits. Yeah. Speed limit out here should be like 15 or 30. Well, actually, it should be 30, and the trains, if they're AI, will run at 15. So I don't want the invisible ones. I want an actual speed limit sign. Signal territory ends. I think I added one of these. What, down here? Okay, there we go. Kind of important. Let's see, let's look up, what do I have in terms of PRR speed boards? PRR. I just have those. I have all the super signals. I want some speed signs. Bell sign. No. Hey, milepost. What's that? Whistle sign. We're gonna put that there. We're gonna put another one over here. I'm just doing fiddly bits now. Again, I need to do speed. Like the drug. So I need a speed. Let me see, are there PRR speed boards on the download station? Because I'll wait. PRR speed. Let me Google it. I like these BNSF ones. I can see myself using them. No. We've got some other things. We got a lot of things. We got a lot of other PLs, which I should get. Actually, we got a lot of things. I should download all these. Every single one. Limit. Now, there is a yard limit sign that I could get. Should get. Alright, so we'll use the BNSF ones. Where are they? Oh, you know what? That is not nearly enough. CDN. What is that? What is that? What is CDN? Oh, that one's broken. These are just like the normal ones that you see. I would like some better ones. The entire route is currently 40 miles an hour, which is not what it should be. In fact, I should set... What I should do is I should set the outer tracks to 60 and the inner tracks to like 80. And then I can use thingy for that. Invisible signs. You know, I could. I don't know how quickly you'd be able to take those crossovers. Also, should I put an angle on these? I feel like I should. That might. Not that. I want the other question mark. This one. Square elevation degree. Let's call it. Let's just do 8. And we'll have a limit of 8. What I think that'll do is that'll bend that, but since this only has a limit of 0, it won't actually bend this. And so if I set that to a limit of 8, you might get a more of a twist, yeah. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good, actually. Let's set this as well. 8. 8. See, what's easier than spot checking for, What are the words are not coming out of my freaking mouth? For track condition, what's easier than spot checking for track condition is just going over and doing all of the track condition again, because it just involves spam clicking. I don't think I'm going to set this to anything, but I will set the limit to 8, just in case. Put a bit of a bend in it, because I can't do much with it because it's got the crossover right there, and I don't want to mess with the crossover too much. Eight. There we go. We've got some movement. Yeah, so I am thinking, yeah, 60 on the outsides and then 80 on the inside could make for some good speed. Where do the portals end? Here? This is just the first set of... Is this where the portal? Yeah, it is. Holy crap. Because these are the signals right before the portal entries. Okay, so let's grab some speed boards. Oh, we've got CN ones. Those look cool. Signal... I don't know what that is. This does not say speed on it. None of these say speed, actually. I don't know why we're seeing them. What is this? Oh, these are the... yeah. We've got the BR cast ones. These are pretty cool. I might use these on the VMR. And I'll use the other ones. Yeah, the CDN ones. So let's... Yeah, they go up to 80. So that's what I need. 60 miles per hour. But right now I want to use invisible ones. What are these? And why are they broken? These are cool. I think I'll use these. But I don't know why they're broken. Installed. I'm gonna do speed limit. Modified faulty. Oh, you know why then? It's because they're, Oh, but they don't go up to 80. They don't go up to 80. So I'll have to use the other ones. Because I need 80 miles an hour. Yeah, these ones won't work either. Also, they are on the ground. Even the 70 mile an hour ones don't cut it. Come on. CSX Speedboard. That's one that I've used previously because it's one of the only 100 mile per hour speedboards that I know of. Again, I want an invisible one for now. Let's see. Right underneath the CDNs. Right underneath the CNs. No, I did see... I definitely saw invisible ones. Oh yeah, here we go. But, no. So that's not working. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna have to use this one. Right there. The good news is we have right and left hand versions of them. The other good news is that it doesn't matter if they're broken right now. We will have to fix them, but it doesn't matter that they're broken. These are the very basic ones we're going to have to use for the Gilson Eastern, and then the other railroads we'll look at getting other ones for. Yard limit is probably going to be like 25. Tops. I'm not going to worry about this right now, because this is one that I'd rather use invisible speed signs for, even though I don't think I can. I mean, admittedly, I could make the entire interlocking 60 miles an hour. But, you know. Also, the yard speed is going to be the same on the other side. So it's 25. Maximum speed on this is going to be like 50, so it's not going to be all that fast. And then we're going to have another 25 leading into the yard from here. Probably like about here. Yeah, right as we come up to the crossover. And another one... Probably, is this, that's the old bridge. So I think I might put this on the other side of the bridge. Do we have a little lead? Yeah, we do. No, you know what, let's make this a left-hand side. sign so it doesn't get hidden behind the signal. There. That is a cool picture. I can't wait until we have all that scenic. And so we have 25 miles an hour on that. We should honestly cut this down further. This should be like 15. And then we'll set a 25 mile per hour right here. Again, I'm going off what I'm remembering putting down now because I can't see 90% of them. I do need to set a 50 over here. Miles per hour, right hand. Yeah, and then we can set... This stretch, I think, will be like 40. Starting after the bridge, maybe. Maybe this bridge isn't to be trusted. So yeah, we've got those back to back. That's easy to miss if you're coming off the bridge, though. Yeah, no, that's hidden. Actually, yeah, you know what? I'll put this just back on the other side of the bridge. We don't need that lore. I don't have a left-hand version of that. I need to go find one. Whoops. So we've got 40 miles per hour there. And now, what's the only other thing that we have to do? Is the olive branch. Also, oh, you know what we do need to do? But the other thing we need to do is we need to set one up on the exit of these to be 25 miles an hour because we don't need engines running around at about 40. There. That's 25. You have my word. Oh, we need to go to the other entrances as well. Where should I set this 25 up? Probably right here in front of the signal. Unless it blocks the signal. Nope. Yeah, you know what? That's gonna be a left hand. Nope. Left hand. There we go, over there. And now we do want a 35 or a 30. We want a 30. And we'll make it a left hand so that we can put it behind that. Yeah, good. There's a lot of signage in one place. And so the entire olive branch is going to be a 30 mile per hour route. That doesn't perturb me at all. That's fine. I'm going to set up a 50 heading out of here. We'll have to bring it forward so it doesn't sit hiding behind the signal. Yeah, so to right there. I'll have to set a 25 going in. We need to set a 25 heading into the... Actually, do we? What we can do is we can just set a 50 heading out, and it doesn't really matter what it is inside. 2 mile per hour, right side. There we go. So we've got that entrance, that entrance. This is 15 now. That's done. We've got that entrance. We need this entrance. This will be 60 miles an hour, and we won't worry about the freaking crossovers right yet. Oh, crap. I used the wrong things for the VMR. Forgot I was supposed to be doing a different one. Flip that back. 60 mile per hour, speed sign. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. Don't worry about the crossovers. Yeah, so let me get the BR ones and redo these. Cast. BR cast speedboard. Although I could use a different one for these. I mean, I don't really want to use the BR ones for the VMR. What does RHS mean? There we go, 50. I actually need to put another one of these out by the portals, which are over here. I'm gonna put two of these actually. I'll put them right over here. These guys are very tight to the track, which is nice. But we'll probably be clipping them a lot because they're designed for British loading gauge. Oh, well, that will have to just be dealt with. And at the other end, things coming in would already know it's 50 miles an hour. Let me replace this with a 50 mile an hour. Right hand. Yeah. Alright, Jess, because I assume... the default one is a left hand. Alright, that's a 55. Yeah, is the default one a left hand? Yeah. Yeah, of course, because Britain. Okay, so we've got that. None of this other stuff is going to be... Oh, you know what? We need to... The way out needs to be set to be 50 with a BR speedboard. This looks like it's banked, but it's not. It shouldn't be. It looks like it is. That'd be a little bit strange. VMR does not have banked turns. There is not any need for that. Get rid of that. Wrong side. There we go. 50 mile an hour. We're coming into a VMR yard, so all of the... Sorry, we're coming into a Gilson Eastern yard. So all of the signs in are going to be Gilson Eastern. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really make sense, but it makes sense to me. Those are the only two entrances that this cares about. Do we have a 25 heading in? I set that up already, right? Yeah, so that's a... We'll assume that's a 25. 25 there, and then all the other entrances are done. So that's all of that signage. The other thing we really have to do, and this is the part that's going to be tricky and time consuming, and I'm not going to do on camera, because I don't need to necessarily force myself to do this, is setting up. Let me begin though, because we do have another 20 minutes. Setting up this. Where are they? They're over here. There's a signal bridge. So, it's in interlocking mode. I'm going to set up advanced configuration, basically, because there are only so many paths that we can take now. And we can... Normal speed. So, normal speed. Distant signal, I don't think we need. This... I don't know what that does. I don't know what that does. I don't know what that does either. Oh, you know what? Okay, right. So, first things first, we need to line these switches. This one is lined the wrong way. For some reason, it's lined the wrong way. Also, there was a switch over here that I noticed was the wrong way by default, and I think it was this one to the VMR. No, it was that. Because that should be lined into the yard lead. Okay, so first things first, we have this route, or we have this signal, and it's looking in this direction. It's looking down the main line. Let me find it again. There it is. This is GERR, so Gilson Eastern Railroad, ONI, so all of North Interlocking, 3 northbound. This is track 3. The signal is pointing northbound. So we need to make sure that it's clear to the next signal. Which it is. So, and then down that way, and we'll just double check to make sure that's correct. And the crossover down here should be, that's correct. So let's go back to the signal. I'm kind of in disbelief that we're at this point. But so we have the signal. And if it's going straight, which that's going to be route number 1, the route speed is going to be normal. It's kind of it. So what that means is, as long as it's going that way, and I'm going to leave all these normal. Let's get an engine. Oh, whoops. I just need an engine. I need something that will trigger the signal. Sure, why not? Get this climax out. That's wrong. That shouldn't be happening, actually. Oh, you know what? It's because I changed what the diverging is. Or because I didn't, rather. That's the other weird thing. So, we've got this climax here. That's doing that. But we need to set this so that our route speed... Yeah, route speed is normal. Route speed should be normal. Actually, what I can do is I can... Let me see if I set it to medium, what happens. I need to experiment with this a lot. Yeah, see, all of those are, except for that one, all of these are wrong. Because they should be giving us the right thing right off. So, because we're going straight. I keep clicking on the wrong thing. So we're going straight. So, we don't actually want to do that necessarily. We're gonna basically just fiddle around with this until it works. So, let's try some of the other options. I don't know what any of these things do. But this should be normal speed, or no, because I set it to be not normal speed. Route speed. Oh, what if I set it to restricting? See, these things can have a bajillion aspects. No, that doesn't make sense either then. Oh, you know what? I actually do have to set it up with a distance signal, don't I? Alright, so here we go. Did I name these signals? Because I feel like I should have. If I didn't name them now. No, I did not. Okay. They once upon a time had numbers that I knew. Numbers that I could recognize. But no longer. GRR... North 3. That honestly should be enough. And then this will be GRR North 1. Because this is the northernmost point. So GRR North 2, that's track 2. And this is track 4. GRR And so the reason we have those, I think, because I got this to work once. I got this to work once a long time ago, and then I didn't do it again because I learned that stuff only saved in the session layer and all of my progress is gone. So, that said, we're going to try and figure this out now that I know how to do the session layer thing. We can go into G. That would actually be at the top. GERR. North. Clear to clear. Ah! There we go, now it's the right speed. And so, basically the only thing we need to care about is if this works. So, you know, for the individual path. And then coming into here, there's only one other option you can take as limited by the interlocking tower. So, we're going to set it to that option, which is there to there. And what this should say, after adjusting the engine, no. After adjusting the engine, what it should say is something else. But we don't have that set up yet. So, what we're going to do is, this is going to be path number 2. Route speed is going to be limited. This is going to be GR North 1. Although we could just set clear to clear on the other thing. GR North 1, which will be at the top of the list. Not even going to set that. I'm going to set that to be clear to clear. Now let's wiggle the engine. There we go, that's limited speed. Oh, you know what? That's actually too limited. That's too limited. We need to just be... How about medium? That works. It actually... Yeah. So medium speed, it's saying, hey, you're diverging. And that's exactly what's happening. Other than that, it should be red. There should be no other options, because there will not be any other options as determined by the thingy. And I don't even think we necessarily need clear to clear. We can turn that other option off. So let's see if we turn it off, if it actually makes a difference. So turn... I don't know what AM to clear means either. So that's fine. I assume clear to clear basically just means that only if the other one is clear will that one clear. So it's acting as a chain signal, which is fine. But we don't need it to do that. We just need to do this because we have an interlocking tower to do the rest of the stuff. Honestly, we might not necessarily need the interlocking tower because we can do this stuff, but the interlocking tower is important because it locks the switches as we go over them. So basically that's how we do that, and I'm gonna have to go through and do that for all of the other... Ooh, what is that? What does that mean? What does that mean? Where is my Pyro signal chart? I know I have it around here somewhere. Crap. I don't know what... I have no idea what that means. I've seen it before. Where is it? I keep one around. There it is. There's one. Alright, so this means something else. I don't think I want this signal aspect to be displayed. I want it to just be no. If I do that? What if I do that? I feel like some of this should change that somehow. Ah, it did. Okay, so if we set it to... Whoops. Well, what could these things stand for? That's what we need to think. If we set it to A... Well, let's see. Let's do some experiments. So I change that. That doesn't do it. So that is not responsible. Wrong thing every time. But if I change it to P... place it, get rid of it, then it does come back. So it has that warning there. I wish I could see what it said, though. Nope, wrong button again. If I change this to R, I assume it means reverse, like a backing signal. Oh, okay, that's really interesting. So it gives us restricted. Just the rest of the time. Wrong thing. But if we do this, it's just stop. Yeah, so that's normal. A is normal. Let me see. What is it when we've got one dot in the middle? Oh, restricted proceed. That's what it means. And then... Okay, so it's restricted proceed. That's what the P means. And then the other one is restricting. That's why it's R. And then the final one is just stop. So it's saying, you know, sometimes we'll get a restricted proceed, which is not something we want on a large interlocking bridge. So having it as stop is the best solution here. This thing is never really going to display thingy. Well, I suppose it could. And if let me make sure that the settings are the same on both of those, just to make sure. I want to set that to A, set that to 3/2, and make sure that that's fine with the medium approach. Let me throw this switch, that switch. Oops, I went right past it. Alright, so that's fine. It's saying go ahead in that direction, which is exactly what I want. And then get rid of that. And it's off. Alright, good enough. It's pretty much... It's exactly what we want. The only folly is I don't know what some of the options actually mean. Oh well. But doing it the advanced way is better because it gives you a little bit more freedom as to what's going on, but I think that these could be passable anyways. For example, if I threw down this is on basic rules and it's actually normal. It's just the same as what it should be. There's only one other option here, and that's to cross over. And because it already knows what diverging and non-diverging are, it'll just do that. Honestly, the other settings are more important for the middle signals, where there are multiple ways it can go, or rather, where diverging and non-diverging. The important switches are past the first switch. Because this only cares about the first switch. I can leave this one as is. I probably don't need to change a single thing. Which means what I can do with it is fiddle with it a little bit more. So we can have some fun stuff that goes on here. We can do light effects. We can flip through yellow and on downgrade and upgrade. So that means when I place something... Actually, it doesn't do it for that because that's not how it works. Yeah. Okay, well, it'll do it more in whatchamahooza. But it flips through the other indication for a second. We can't do it because the switch things are too far away for us to see. The other thing is for this, you can turn on briefly show multiple lights, which has like a little lag effect to it as it's upgrading and downgrading. And the other sort of important one is red eye. So it has this red eye thing there, which I think we're going to use on any Gilson Eastern signals like this that are in an area where it's shared. So any place like down in Gilson City, because Gilson City is going to be kind of dominated by the Gilson Eastern, which means we'll have a lot of position lights everywhere, but other people are going to have to be able to read them, especially when they're red. So that's that. But that's the thing we're going to have to do for these other things. But next time we do work, we will be moving on. We will be leaving Olive. We'll be heading this way. We'll be going about 15 miles to the next interlocking. Well, actually, the next interlocking is going to be right about here. We need to merge these two lines together. It'll be the Olive South interlocking. Once we get past the Olive South interlocking, it'll be about another 14.5 miles to the Mason Valley interlocking, MVI. Which then will start the branch line to Mason Valley, which is a small town with a large bleachery and a couple of other important industries. So I'm excited for that. I'm looking forward. There's more we can add. If there's anything that you want me to come back and work on at all, just say so in the comments. But as of right now, why is that? Is that disconnected? Are these disconnected again? Did these disconnect on me? For real? Whoa, whoops, no. As of right now, Olive is done. And I'll be saving it as such. So, all of these things are going to stay here. All of these things are going to stay here. And the route should be fully multiplayer compatible as is. And I'm going to be uploading the session and the route to the download station. The session is going to be called Edit, although I should save another session called Operate or something. Or Operate V1. Yeah, that makes sense. We've still got another minute and a half to kill. I don't know what else to say. I mean, the train stacker is something that I need to work on, which is going to go over here when it's done. But it doesn't really matter right now, until people start really playing with the map. And we're going to be able to move to the other side of this river and continue this way. And this, we will have to pay a little bit of attention to where this line is going to go. But it's more or less going to go in a straight line or curve this way, and we're going to make a curve and follow the water. We're actually going to get fairly close to the shoreline, like we are over here. I don't really have too many ideas about what I want to do yet. I might start heading into some swampy areas, though, because that's one of the things I want to do, and this is going to be our opportunity to do it in this area, and then we'll head up. We'll head more inland a little bit, because the Mason Valley interlocking is a little distance from the coast. Oh crap! Spin. I've been doing this whole time, and my fan on my graphics card has not been spinning. As the last thing in this episode, let's see what Open Hardware Monitor has to say about my graphics card temperature. Where it got. Oh, we only get to 96 degrees Celsius. I've had worse. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week in a town called Olive. Heading south. Trainman out.